Both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Gun!
Check,
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Set!
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2. There, bringing up second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
Set! Green, 39!
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
That's all you got.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
There we go, D.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of
Here we go
that
now.
here in the
Blue
NFL.
90! Blue 90! Detroit! No. Gun!
Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Westbrook, complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
No.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big third down play there for the Jags. And even 50 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landed.
Check.
Now a handoff looking right. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Watch number 86. Watch 86.
All right, here we go. Blue landed.
Heavy.
Blue landed.
Backfield.
He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4.
Okay,
and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
24. Watch 24.
Let's go.
Single. I got a single in the slot.
Now back to throw. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This an easy one, 23-yarder. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Here we go. Red 38.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch
Let's
tight.
go.
Tight ends
Let's
right.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And some room to work.
Check 43.
That good for 19 and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
3 yards remaining here on second down.
Double tight, double tight.
Come on, let's go.
Three down,
Brand
three down.
38.
Hey, check
Brand
it.
38.
Three down, three down.
Here's a give to Miller. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, they came to know that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Four down.
Flex round. Flex round. Here we go.
You go tight.
Flex
You got
round.
tight.
Flex round.
You got tight right there.
On first down, it's Watson. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be
The wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Flex
They'll
round.
wind up losing 3, and now it's
Flex
third
round. Flex
down.
round. Let's go. Brand 38.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Under 10.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he's brought down. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
All right, here we go. 319.
Hey.
319.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Here we go now. Green 39.
41
Green
Mike.
39.
41 Mike.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. 30. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's asking. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
tight. Double tight. Here we go now.
3 down.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey,
Now let's go. Boom.
got 4 down. 4 down.
Watch it. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Roger. Set. Blue landed. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take. In the opposite direction.
Forbath to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to coach offense hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A nice gain of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Contact. He is knocked down hard at the 44-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You got him. You got him. All right, here we go. 3-19.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Hurry up, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there?
All right, here we go.
It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more.
Right, here we go.
Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
James has got it. Complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Hey, watch the left, watch the left.
Here we go now.
Check right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second down, they'll try to run the counter. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 25 yards out. And Lambeau will put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all...
Lamar Miller, he's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 81 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because... You're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now, this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky Detroit. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield, you throw the ball up in the air? That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
I got you.
Now a handoff as they run left side. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Hey. We got 4.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 19. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from the other team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That good for 19 and a first down.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said there is no adjustment until they slow us down. Keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on.
Five down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On the counter, it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Tight end right.
Let's go.
Hey,
What?
hey,
90.
we got three.
What?
Three
90.
down.
To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. He finds his target, Fuller. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Let's go. What? 9.
Got three.
Back to throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out in front of the receiver and help him get downfield.
I got 83.
Here we go. What? 90.
From the red zone now, Watson. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
I'm gonna hit you all day, baby.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Double tight.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
To throw on second is Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Come on, let's go. Red 38.
Now Watson. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. 1st and goal.
Double tight.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Check.
What? 90. Flex round. Here we go. Flex round. Ohio. Let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
Kill.
Ohio.
Watson down to His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go play action here on first down. Looking long for Westbrook. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 48 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
That speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Second down following the incompletion.
Two times.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Ohio!
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go! Red 38!
Watson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit And in this case, lose the football.
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong,
Let's
is
go.
it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's brought down after a good game. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. How about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge and get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Final minute now of the third quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go. Red 38.
They'll try the right side here with Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Switch up.
Come on, let's go.
Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Man left. We got 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. We go 1st and 10 now.
Field's right. Gotta do better.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
3 down.
And he is going to be knocked completion. We're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Key to tight end.
Here we go now.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus
Hurry
far.
up, here we go.
Here it's 3rd
Green
and 2.
39. Green 39.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot up. Heavy.
Black 99
4. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Tight end left, tight end left.
Here we go. What? Ohio.
They begin with a run by Miller. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
44, Mike, 44.
Here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Run.
2nd down, 8.
I know you feel that.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Y'all not ready.
Let's go. Red
Action
38.
from Miller. Now Watson. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Double tight. Alert.
Here we go.
Eluding the pressure right. Going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because if you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
This is brought in at the 21. So that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Leopard.
Kill.
Leopard.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Set.
41
Blue 90.
Right here. 41
Blue 90.
Back to throw.